The time is 6 o'clock. Good evening time on this Friday evening, May 17th, 2019. It's time now for the Peter Channel evening news on this 6 o'clock news on this Friday evening, May 17th, 2019. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins at 6 o'clock, and it is 66 degrees in Norton, Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel 6 o'clock news on this Friday is Stephen Mnuchin says he won't comply with subpoena for Trump's tax return. Chris Wallace at Fox News at an interview with AGR. He's clearly protecting this president. Probe says University of North nearly 2 decades of shocking sex abuse allegations at Ohio State. As Ohio State team doctors sexually abused more than 7% students in investigation finds. U.S. will lift tariffs on steel and aluminum from Canada and Mexico. Pompeo and Bolton tensions escalate as Iran debate intensifies. The woman accused of killing a pregnant teen and taking her baby positive for weeks, the 40-day said. 60 Minutes, Steve Koff announcing retirement after 30 years on the program. Missouri House approves 8-week abortion ban, sending it to the governor's desk. West Virginia man arrested for the murder of girlfriend's teen daughter. NYPD cop allegedly tried to hire a hitman to kill her husband. Miller file show friend investigation earlier then fought as for alleged efforts to trap him. Brexit breakdown, man announced departure in Tamilon in June. Exclusive insurance says the Ren Guard's likely to have organized tanker attacks. U.S. urgent shouts while holding out Iran, Iranian military official said. Conservation group says squalls punctually stink. Carney buys Taunton Gallery Mall for $7.5 million at the floor closure auction. 8 months after Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi's murder at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, U.S. lawmakers of press freedom and indicate renewed calls for justice. South Korea courts suspend anti-LGBT penalties against gay pride students. Kim Jong-un showed interest in summit with Shinzo Abe. U.S. land airstrike mistakenly killed 17 in Afghanistan. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin began rebuff congressional Democrats' efforts to get hands on President Trump's tax returns on Friday. Cloud producers is in a tariff fight with Mexico. Representative Adam Schiff, U.S. not doing enough to protect journalists. Evansville, Indiana. Pork products that's in positive American swine fever are likely around airports across the United States carried by Charles Van Fest, the region, a new study suggested. For the first time, the U.S. House passed a bill Friday that bars discrimination against persons in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. The proposal faced a bill battle in the Senate. The Republican and National Committee said it raised a record amount of money in April, nearly $60 million to purchase $62 million of the 2019-2020 fiscal cycle. President Trump on Friday delivered remarks for the National Association of Realtors in Washington, D.C. Silver State Mall, Gallery Mall tenant Jake Gibbons is hoping to raise money and awareness to the disease that his family, particularly close to home, is. Taunton Police replaced Cheltenham in the peer support program. Easton women held without bail after a crash that killed 2 people. Target excused the special order that Planet Patrol about being denied. West Bridgewater seniors celebrate the last day of school. As the economy booms, more Massachusetts children go hungry. Lionsgate stars reject CBS $5 billion offer about 2 months ago, so said. AMD may be eating NVIDIA's lunch. China's looking coffee chain goes public. And looking at the stocks, the Dow fell 98.68.25, 764, SP 5 down 60.79 at 59.53 at the Nasdaq died 81.76 at 78.16.29. NASA details the most distant world we ever observed, where blue solar moon and will appear in Saturday night sky. Blue Origin and SpaceX get the $1 billion NASA not to test moonlander tech. Elon Musk firm could just orbit and trap humanity on Earth. Pop star tackles struggling mental illness in a new album. Obesity surgery benefits may be bigger for teens than adults. Overprocessed foods add 500 calories to your diet every day. And Peter Chell News Time is 8604. Tada for Sport busted. Red Sox take on the Houston Astros. Game time 7:10 p.m. at Fenway Park. Tyreek Evans dismissed from NBA for violating Lincoln's anti-drug policy. Dustin Johnson put a plus for the chance at a special round Friday. Ports Trailblazers CJ McCollum meets women beyond infamous Twitter exchange. We don't know how. But Stanley Cup final will start better. Peter Chittle news time, 6:05. And it's start out for Peter Chittle traffic and transit check. Beep! Let's study off on the MBTA where it's looking good on the subway commuter rail and the ferries. '95 in the southbound side, so between Potential Providence. 95 northbound side, so between Work 9 and downtown Providence. 295 in the southbound side, slow around the Work Switch. 185 westbound side, so between Seekonk and Providence. James Side, Newport, Mount Open, Chicago Bridge is out. They can get except on the Mount Open Bridge on the northbound side, a little bit slow. 146 both ends back around Silver and an off river down. 99 northbound side, so 122 Woodsucker right now, and then 95 at the southbound side, slow between 128 and Canada and Route 485 at Mansfield. 24 stop go between 128 Canada and 27 at Brockton, and then hip between 495 or NM9 or 24 in 140 in Taunton. 3 of the southbound side between Marshfield down in Plymouth. And 6 eastbound side, little slower at the southern stretch. Mass Pike westbound side, slow between Allspark 12 down to 29 in Worcester. Mass Pike eastbound slow to 84 in Sturbridge and Charlton. And Mass Pike eastbound side, so between Newton and South Expressway downtown Boston. South Expressway, both ends between the bridge split down to Mass Pike. 128 on the southbound side, so between Route 9 and Wellesley 9 the Breakview split. 128 on the northbound side between Breakview 9 and 24 in Canton. South Expressway, both ends back to between the split down to Mass Pike. And 93 southbound side, so between both ends 93 slow between Somerville and Boston. 93 northbound side, slow between Boston and Somerville, and hip in between Andover down the Bethune, and then 120 on the northbound side, so between the Pike and Western all the way down to 1 in Peabody, and 120 on the southbound side, so Lexington and stretch. 3 on the northbound side, so between Burlington and down to Chelmsford, and 93 both ends back at the end of the stretch. 495 on both ends back to today, Marlboro down there. Hudson and 495 on the northbound side, so Route 2 up in Littleton. And 495 both ends back between Lowell and Andover. And 495 northbound back to the right in Haverhill. Western Massachusetts was out. Lincoln Gate 91 both ends back between Glastonbury down at Hereford Connecticut. 91 southbound side, so between 291 and 84 to Hereford Connecticut, and 84 both ends back between Farmington down to Hereford Connecticut. And 84 eastbound side, so between New York Connecticut border all the way down to Waterbury. And 691 on the westbound side, so Route 5 in Meriden, Connecticut. 91 on the southbound side, so Meriden, Connecticut. Red Parkway eastbound side, so between Greenwich down to Milford. 95 northbound side, so between Greenwich down to New Haven, and down to Brentford, Connecticut. And 95 northbound side, so Old Slaver, Connecticut. And up in northern New England, it is Route 101, both ends up between and never turn back at 93 southbound side, so Hampshire to Hampshire. And up in New Hampshire, Verizon. Looking to get the main track on the northbound side, so 202 up in Gray, Maine. And 8789, 91 on the southbound side, Little Swan, New York, Canadian border, Vermont. And onwards 1555 northbound side, so on South Quebec, the U.S. Canadian border. Peter Children's time is 6:08. Time now for weather report. Night tomorrow, man, rain down around and second and then around the Cape Downs and stretching around to Bedford. And have a cluster of rain showers down around Suffolk, Vermont, and northwestern Massachusetts and down around Suffolk, Albany. And the sun came out for a little bit in Providence earlier this afternoon, but the clouds came back, and we had a couple of batches of rain showers in Norton 2-3 hours ago. And now it's going to be mostly cloudy skies for the night, then gradually become mostly clear skies with a low around 50 degrees, upwards at about 5 to 7 miles that become lighter variable for Saturday. Sunny skies at 72 degrees, and northwest with about 3 to 7 miles for Saturday night, partly skies at 49 degrees, southeast wind. So if you're going on the week commencement tomorrow, perfect weather for a commencement. For Sunday, slight distress showers before night, and mostly skies, mostly skies about 71 degrees, light south wind increase to 5 to 10 miles an hour to board it. Just basically 20% for Sunday night. Chester showers at Tesla Bay after midnight. Most skies about 58 degrees. Southwest about 7 miles at Chester Bay 40%. Monday, both Chester showers at Tesla mostly skies about 76, about 55 degrees. Southwest about 7 to 10 miles at Chester Bay is 55% for Tuesday. Most skies about 70, about 49 degrees. Northwest about 8 to 9 miles an hour. Wednesday, skies about 67, about 50 degrees. North about 5 to 7 miles at Chester Bay 30%. Thursday, Chester showers mostly skies about 69, about 52 degrees. Southwest about 6 miles an hour, Chester Bay 30%. And for Friday, most skies about 70 degrees. Northwest about 7 miles an hour. Right now, not it's light rain and 62 degrees. And that's going to be it for Peter Chittle. 6 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, on this Friday evening, May 17th, 2019. Peter, have a good evening, goodbye day to the people. wonderful day, and I'll see you at 11 o'clock for late night report. Hope you have a good evening.